Yeah.
Yep. Also, it's recording now. So let's start while waiting on waiting Jeff. Maybe you can start with the introductions of yourself first.
Sure. So it sounds like you already gave a little bit of an intro on me, so I don't know what I'll be doubling, but so I'm Calvin Wayman. I'm an author, speaker, and social media entrepreneur. I wrote Fish Out of Water, and the thing that I am more than anything is a regular dude. I was just working a regular employee job about 18 months ago before I quit my job, and it's been an awesome, crazy, tough, but rewarding ride over the past 18 months, where I started my own company called Cobb's Media. It's a social media management company where we help entrepreneurs like grow a following and have a big presence all in less than under 5 minutes a day on social media. And yeah, I know this is specific to like vision boards and creating your vision and stuff like that. And so I've always been a believer in you create your own life, and that you have to have a vision if you want to create something more. And that has really just kind of come together in a lot of really cool ways over the last 12 months. So that gives a little bit of me.
Great. Yes.
Nice.
All right. Okay. Let me just send one quick email to Jeff. Hold on for a while.
Okay.
Yes, Marina.
I haven't introduced myself because I have a problem with that just now.
Yeah.
So,
sure. Go ahead.
So I'm Marina from Singapore, and I work as a UI UX designer. So basically I work in IT. So I would like to learn more about all this, and it's kind of interesting to get to know people that have the same vision. I mean, like, moving towards something. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And, yeah. So nice meeting you, Fauzi, and nice meeting you, Calvin.
Thank you, Marina. I appreciate that.
Same here. Right. So I do have some slides, basically, which I listed the questions to actually ask Calvin to guide the discussions. So let me open up my PowerPoint just to see. All right. So I guess.
Okay.
Well, maybe you can share with us before we go into the vision board, right? We need to know what exactly we want to put on the vision board. That means we need to know what we want, right? So
yes.
My first questions to you, Calvin, is how do we get clarity on our goal or our visions? How, with your experience, how do you do that?
From my experience, what I've noticed is the cool thing about a vision board and creating a vision is there's no limit. And I think it's not just clarity, it's realizing that it can be as big as you want it to be. Because what I normally see is people are wonder, like, should it be this? Should it be smaller and attainable? Should it be something that I know I can hit? Or should I just dare to dream? And kind of what I've done that's worked, because I've experimented with different things, but I've loved getting to a space where I'm just totally peaceful and quiet and still, and then like, what do I actually want? And I just go from that space of like, okay, what are different areas of my life? And then I categorize them like, okay, family, travel, business, finances, getting known. And I put on like big stuff that I want in each of those areas. So for example, so you saw that one of my big visions was to write a book.
Yep.
Another big vision was to get on John Lee Dumas' Entrepreneur on Fire podcast, because those are two very big things. One of them was a personal vision for myself to write a book, and then I wanted to get on a massive platform like John Lee Dumas' podcast, and I had that for more than a year, and I always thought about it. And those were big. Like, I could have said, well, I need to think smaller, or maybe I should do some other stuff. But I think when you have the vision that you're seeing every day, it kind of pulls you toward it, right? And a vision is not your goals, right? A vision is the thing that you're moving towards, and your goals are like the broken down day to day, week to week, month to month type stuff, right? I have some other big stuff on my vision board that maybe you didn't see when I did my video that hasn't been realized yet. And a lot of people are kind of afraid to talk about what their dreams are because they don't want to jinx it, or they're afraid to show how big they are. But do you know who else is on my vision board? Ellen DeGeneres.
Right.
I want to be on Ellen DeGeneres' show. I don't know how. I want to be on Jimmy Fallon. I don't know how. I want to connect with Tim Ferriss and Lewis Howes more and stuff like that. I don't know how that's going to happen. I want to another thing on my vision is to travel to a foreign country and help kids build a school. Like that's just something I want to do. So at this point, I don't know the exact way that's going to happen, but it's something that I put on a board, put as my vision of something that I want, and then I try to make it a habit of looking at that every day because it's reminding me of what it's doing. And what's super cool is since several of the things have happened on that, like the book and the John Lee Dumas podcast and other things, it's starting to increase my belief of, holy cow, if these things are happening, what else on this board is about to come around, you know? So those are my thoughts on it. I think the biggest thing is not holding back for sake of being realistic. I think this is the one place you don't have to be realistic and you don't have to play small. Look at something that like inspires you. That Gary Vaynerchuk, his vision is to buy the jets. It's been his vision since 4th grade. He hasn't bought the jets yet, but he loves his life and his journey in it, right?
Yep.
Vision is so important, and it pulls him, and that's why he says that now it's part of the game. Like going after the thing gives you joy. So I say dream as big as you can, and don't hold back.
All right, so that brings me to another question. Like, for example, let's take back one of the goals which you visions you initially don't know how to achieve it. Let's say the John Lee Dumas EO Fires interview, right? So what you put it on the board. Then what exactly you do? What's the first step you take when you're not clear? How am I going to get there? So
okay, this is what I think you do. I think it's like this. You have your vision.
Yeah.
Right. We'll call that step Z, right? The last step in the alphabet, step Z. Mm-hmm. Then there's step A where you are, and step B is your next step. But Fauzi, everything in between B and Z are unknown. You don't know the steps. The only thing you can do is say, this is where I am, and take your next step or your next guess. And it's interesting how it all works out. Because when I first made that vision, I couldn't plan from A to Z exactly how I was going to get on that podcast. I didn't know. All I knew was where I was, and I knew the next guest. So one of the things was this. I saw that John Lee Dumas was going to be at an event, and I went to that event. Mm-hmm. That was a step. Like, I didn't know what the next step was, but that was a step. And then another step was I found myself at a different event where he was at after that. And a next step was having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then I kept bumping into him because I kept going to all these different events that he was at. And developing a relationship with him without me even realizing that this was going to happen. Like, it was just, that's the thing, is when you have a vision, you don't know the exact way it's going to happen. The only thing that you know is that's the thing. And the cool thing is I developed a genuine friendship with John.
Can I say that actually having that visions, looking at that maybe regularly every day, that makes you unconsciously doing something moving towards that?
That's what it feels like. Yeah. Yes, I totally believe that, because I've wanted to be on Ellen, right? Yeah. This is what's crazy. So I don't even know how close or far away. That could be years. Who knows? But I randomly meet somebody, And the person says, what can I do to support you? And I tell her what I'm doing in life. She's like, hey, just so that you know, I know the producer for the Ellen show. If you ever have a cool story, let me know. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That's awesome. Like, I don't know if she could really get me in, but that's somebody that's that much closer. Another vision is giving a TED Talk. I want to give a TED Talk. And I have a couple friends now that have given TED Talks, and I had somebody who said, somebody who told me, hey, if you ever want to give a TED Talk, let me know. I've given one. And so now I'm like, holy crap, I'm kind of nervous. I don't even know if I'm ready. And I've been given the invitation. And then another thing is Tim Ferriss is on there. I love Tim Ferriss. He has no idea who I am from Adam, but I resonate with him on so many levels. And I recently got introduced to his first employee who has a pretty close relationship with him. So there's just things that happen, maybe subconsciously, I don't know. Maybe when you're clear on something, the universe conspires and figures out a way for you to get that thing. But it's been cool to kind of see it start to unfold. But anyway, back to the John thing, after so many times of developing this relationship, I ended up writing an article and I started wanting to just give him value because we developed a genuine relationship. So I gave him value on how to do things with social media. I ended up writing an article for Social Media Examiner, and I featured him in the article as the case study, just wanting to give him value. And then finally one day, somebody that's a mutual friend of mine and John's just asked him, hey, have you ever thought of having Calvin on the podcast? And his answer was, oh, heck yeah, I know Calvin. Yeah, we'll get it set up. And so it just happened so almost seamless. And I didn't even, it's just a really, 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 really cool thing. And for it to happen as fast as it did, like a year from when I first had the vision of doing it, is just amazing.
Awesome. So let's go a little bit on the technicality here. So, okay. When typically you create your visions board, maybe do you refresh your vision board maybe every beginning of the year?
That's a good question. That's such a good question. Here's the truth. So I've had visions where I put them as statements of things I already accomplished. Like that's one of the ways I've done it, and that I like that too because I just read them. Like one of my visions is to run 50 miles. In a 50-mile race, and I'm actually scheduled for that in how long? A week and a half? 15 days. I'm 15 days away from a 50-mile race, and we'll see how I do, but I have a statement that I read every day that says, I'm so pumped and confident for having run 50 miles. So that's one way, and I've read that every day for this year, but the vision board, having it in an actual board, I've only done once. And so I'm trying to think if I'll refresh it. Because kind of what my feeling is right now is I want to keep seeing it until all of it on there is done.
All of it.
Yeah, okay. Because when I did it, it wasn't aiming small. It's like, if I do this is badass. Like, this is living a great life. And I want to get to the point where I'm like, holy crap. I'm doing everything on that list. And the thing that I really like about having things on it right now that I've already done is, to me, it's showing my brain that, no, this is reality, right? It tricks my brain in some ways because some of the things I already actually did, instead of just having a board of wishes, it's like, this is reality. It's going to happen. Yes, I have a book on there. Already did that. Yes, I have a picture of me on John Lee Dumas's podcast on that. I have a picture of traveling. I'm going to India in February or March next year. Like I want it to start to be that it's not just something that's far away. It's an actual thing. So my take is, I think I'm just going to leave it unupdated because I aimed high on all of them, and I want to start seeing them come into manifestation.
All right. Okay. Good. So Marina, you can also jump in and ask questions to Calvin if you want to. My next question is, so let's maybe might be a little bit awkward, but
let's do it.
Yeah.
Awkward's good.
let's say, like, for example, your visions on the book, right? You put it on the vision board. So what's your ritual? Means like, okay, is it every morning you look at it and tell
Yes.
us tell us exactly what's going on your mind when you look at that pictures of your book, your future book at a time?
So how I do it is in my morning routine, and I'll be honest, I'm not perfect. I don't do it every single day, but on my best days I do.
Yeah.
My best days I get up early enough that I do a morning routine similar to the morning routine that's out of the book, The Miracle Morning,
Yeah.
by Hal Elrod.
Yeah.
And I actually got to connect with Hal a couple of weeks ago, and he inspired me a ton. He's actually the guy that inspired me to run the 50 miles. But anyway, I try to get my intention is to get up every morning early enough that I have time for myself, because even though we kind of have this argument in our head of who's more important, myself or my clients, myself or my family, but you matter. If you don't matter most, you at least matter first, meaning you got to take care of you if you're going to take care of anyone else. And so that's why I really like the Miracle Morning. So I get up to take care of me first.
Yeah.
And when I get very calm, and I will do a meditation and then just visualize the stuff I'm creating and look at that vision board as though it's happened. I don't look at it as something I'm going after. I try to feel it as though I'm there, as though it's already there. I'm like, okay, this feels cool. What does this feel like to have a book, right? What does this feel like to be on one of the #1 podcasts in the world? What does this feel like to be on Ellen or to meet Oprah? I'm doing it as though I'm there. And I get those feelings going and see what it feels like. And it's kind of cool because the feelings that I was having of what it feels like to have a book, I am now literally feeling now in the present because of the book.
So
getting on the podcast.
Can you share exactly, like, okay, what's going on? Like, okay, maybe, this is so awesome. I got to meet a lot of people, or I got to be features on the Amazon top books, business books. Yeah.
And again, I'm focused more on feelings than what's actually happening. So I'm just like, what does this feel like? And it's usually confidence boosting. It's like, yeah, I did that. Or, man, it feels so good to help these people. Or it feels peaceful. Peace is a big feeling I usually get, because a lot of my vision is also around my business or finances, and just feeling like I have $1 million business. Man, that feels great. Or I'm friends with Tim Ferriss. That's awesome. He's a badass. He's my bro. I'm on Grant Cardone's show. He's interviewing me. Like, that's awesome. It's good to hang out with my Uncle G. Like, he's a man, he's like a father in entrepreneurship I didn't have, type of a thing. Or I'm on the Ask Gary Vee show. This is fun. I'm in New York. Like, it's just doing that and just letting whatever comes up. It's not forcing anything. It happened. Now how do you feel? It's almost like an observation. It happened. How do you feel? I'm not forcing, like, oh, I want to feel good, and forcing myself to feel good. It's more of like, do it as though it's just a fact. Tell your brain, okay, here's the fact. You're on the Ellen show, or you've been on the Ellen show. And then, like, interesting. How does that feel? And just being there for 10 minutes or something in the morning. That's usually what it's like.
Yeah. Cool. Marina, any questions? If you have anything, you can jump in.
Okay, thanks. I just not know.
Right.
Cool.
Yep. Cool. All right. So I guess the other things also you mentioned in your book, right? Taking consistent imperfect actions. So
yes,
because that's actually gets what your visions into reality, right?
Yeah.
So share with us, like, maybe what's your typical day, and because sometimes we just need to be reminded that actually it takes actions, like you say, in consistent actions.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
typical day, typical week for you. Yeah.
So lately it's been building my business. And so a typical day for me is getting up in the morning. When I'm doing my best, it's in the 5 o'clock hour.
Yep.
And the first thing I do is my morning routine. So I'm meditating, I'm doing my affirmations. I just barely started meditating for 30 minutes, which is a big jump. I usually do it for 10, but I'm going to do it for 30 minutes for 90 days and experiment with that. So when I'm meditating, it's just sitting, getting completely still. Then it's getting connected to my vision. And after I look at my vision, that's my vision board of the whole life I want, I actually have yearly goals that are kind of like a vision, but they're more specific of things that are more in my control, like run 50 miles, right? I could have, like, one of the things that's tangible is I can train for that, right? Another goal was to get established in Arizona where I live. I can control that. And so I then look at my yearly goals. I have about 12 things listed on my yearly goals. Then I look at my monthly goals and then get clear on what I'm doing for that week. And it comes down to the point where everything comes to is actual action. Even if you want to get a result, for example, one of my results for the month of last month, or the month of August, was to get a certain number of clients, right? That's a goal, but I can't necessarily control how many clients come in, but I can control doing phone calls, and I can control reaching out to people.
Yep.
And that's where my action starts to come in. So then, after I get clear on my things for the week, I then look at my calendar, either what's already scheduled or start working on the thing that is my big thing for that day, and just start taking little actions on it. When I was writing my book, it was super clear. Okay, I just need to write. So I'm going to write for an hour to get the ball rolling, or right now when I'm working on my business, it's like, okay, where are my clients right now? Do things to get them taken care of, and then get on phone calls with other people that are potential leads to become clients. And I can't control if they close every time. I could do my best to close them, but that's all I can do. And I just do that every day, and know that if I'm being successful being successful doing the actions that I said I was going to do, then the success and the results are byproducts. Not the actual thing. And that's really what the John Lee Dumas interview feels like. It doesn't even feel like it was the goal with me. It wasn't the thing that by the time I've arrived. It was a byproduct of just being in the entrepreneurship game, getting to know people like John and other people, and giving value to people on social media, that it just made it a natural fit. And so I don't know if that's answering your question, but it's just saying, okay, here's the goals for the week or the month, and just taking little teeny actions on the thing. And your focus for the day-to-day is doing the actions that you believe will get you the result, but you're not so focused on the result, you're focused on doing the action.
All right, awesome. All right, so let me see my questions. Right, I think I've covered all of the questions I have for you, Calvin.
Right on.
Right on. All right. So, where do you need help the most currently?
Where do I need help the most?
Yeah.
Right now, it's just running a business is such a new thing, and so just getting familiar with that. Kind of another vision that I have right now is to get on more stages. So I don't know if anybody watching this needs a speaker, but that's something that I'm working toward. But yeah, it's just building a business and not getting sucked in it, because I think too many times we want to do everything. And I have my first employee, which is awesome, and I'm going to grow my team even bigger. And so that's really the thing, is just getting used to the idea that you're building the business. You're not just being in the business doing everything. Take a step back and orchestrating it. So that's just a new transition for me. That's probably what I need help with the most.
Cool. Awesome. So yeah, shout out to everybody who's watching this replay. If you need a speaker, Calvin is your man. Where to go? Where to contact you?
CalvinWayman.com is the best way. You can find me at CalvinWayman.com or anywhere on social media at Calvin Wayman.
All right, cool. So my last word. Okay, thank you, Calvin, for sharing sharing your experience with the vision boards, your tips, and yeah, most of the time is thank you for your time. Also,
You're totally welcome. And anybody that's watching this, the last thing I just want to hopefully reemphasize is when you're doing your vision, get in a peaceful place that you're letting go of what you think is realistic for you. Just do what you want to do. Get clear with what your soul is saying that it wants, that it's desiring, that it can achieve, and just go after that and post something about that and don't hold back.
Yeah, don't hold back.
Just one question.
Yep.
Like if you have a vision and then it's like you're not getting there, like at a certain time or point, it's like do you actually like, you know, shape your vision from something else and make you work?
Not at all. So like I mentioned Gary Vaynerchuk. His vision is to own the New York Jets. But what happens is you start to get a joy of going after the thing and not just in like you start to feel successful in pursuit of it, just not getting it. Because what a big problem was for me is I used to believe that I wasn't successful until I attained it or until I achieved it. But that's not where success is. Success is like there's a friend of mine, Sean Stevenson. He's the little guy in a wheelchair, super motivational guy. He says it's more important to have a goal or have a vision than to achieve a goal or a vision, right? That's a big idea. It's better to have a vision than to achieve it. It's just the thing that gives you the direction that you're going. And don't be down on yourself if you're not achieving it right away. That's why I want to emphasize don't hold back, because so many people, I was this way, used to think I'm not good enough or I'm not successful until I achieve it. So I better aim small so I can achieve it and feel good. But that's not what it is. Just like Gary Vee, 4th grade, I'm going to own the New York Jets. So every day he's getting up, having a blast, hustling and living his life, knowing that he's in pursuit of that, and he's getting joy from it because he's successful in the pursuit, doing the things every day that he can. That's where the success comes from, is being in the pursuit of the thing that you're after. Does that make sense?
Yeah, cool. All right, thanks.
You're super welcome. So yeah, whatever your vision is, I hope that you just put it there and say, you know what, and I can just do something that you believe that you can go after it, and like in your core and in your soul, you know that you can, and just don't worry about timeline when you're doing this. You're worried about that's just something that I specifically truly want to have in my life. So
okay, just another question.
Okay.
I mean, okay, you have a vision and stuff like that, but people around you is not really
positive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So when you tend to have this kind of thing, you've been brought down, like, you know, so
yeah, you tell somebody your vision and they're like, are you kidding me? You'll never do that. Yeah.
I think how do you deal with it? I mean, like, do you just cut them off and just, you know, just
I had a big problem with that. I was not born around dreamers and entrepreneurs. And one big thing that I did that I recommend is, you have to, who you hang out with matters. Who you hang out with will deeply impact and influence your life. And I talk about this in my book, Fish Out of Water. And you're talking about a principle in my book where I call get schooled. And get schooled does not mean go to school. It means, in fish terms, a school is a group of fish going in a similar direction. When you're aiming higher, that is not normal for most people. That's not normal. You're different. So you have to get around other people that are different too, that are moving in a similar direction. So the big question I get is, well, what if I'm in a small town, or what if I'm somewhere where I don't know where to find people, or things like that? Here's what I did. That was the beginning. That even, it's crazy because it's what introduced me to John Lee Dumas. So the first thing I did, I was like, okay, all I know is I want to start a business. I don't know how, I don't know what the heck. And then I come across this guy named Lewis Howes. I don't know if you know Lewis Howes. He has a podcast called The School of Greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he had an online academy where he was going to teach people how to start a business.
Yeah.
So I joined it, and I joined it for the education. But what I actually fell into was I fell into a community of people that were weird, just like me. Meaning people that were wanting to go after it and level up just like me. So now for the first time, I was around other people connecting just like this. Yes, we're on different parts of the world, but you were connecting online. But you know what's funny is that's what started everything for me over the last 18 months. Getting connected with that group online is what introduced me to John Lee Dumas. I didn't know who he was from Adam. And Lewis Howes had him on one of his things. I'm like, I want to be like that guy. And then I went to an event of his. And then I started to connect with other people in real life, right?
Yeah.
The trick, here's the trick. Just get doing the action things. I almost did not sign up for that course because it was $500. And I just barely quit my day job and did not know where the next money was going to come from. It would have been super easy to say, I got to save this up for a rent. But instead, I got into action and things started to just unfold. You know, so that's what I would say is you're right. The people you hang out with will make a big, big, big difference on what you achieve. Especially, I mean, I'll be so straight up and honest. Sometimes the most negative people you hang out with might be your family or your loved ones. And that could really drag you down. And so just the very easy thing, as I say, you can attend events. That's where you find people. But if you can't attend events, the very first thing you can do is find somebody online. Take advantage of this cool thing that we call the internet. Here we are all in different parts of the world and we're connecting. So use the tools you have. Yeah. Does that help, Marina?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I need more, positive people like this, just like, getting to the goal and stuff like that. Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Singapore.
Singapore. Awesome.
Yeah.
So we have three people from Singapore, JF, Marina, and me.
I've never even been outside of the US, but I'm going to India.
You definitely have to transit in Singapore.
Yeah,
you should.
I'm going to India for the first time out of the US. February or March is what I've decided. So, and I'll get more clear on that as we get closer. But getting my passport this month so I can get my travel game on. And that's on my vision board. And I didn't know where my first place was going to be, but I have a friend that recently moved to India, so that's the first spot.
Yeah, cool. I mean, Singapore is quite, it's modern and everything. So yeah, drop by. We can all meet up and hang around. Yeah, share ideas and stuff like that.
It'd be awesome to meet you in person.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So I also just want to invite the listeners to join the Rebound Stronger Facebook group. So I created this Facebook group and invited past guests of my Rebound podcast in the group also, and also friends and listeners of the Facebook. So feel free to join the Facebook group and you can, so just search Rebound Stronger and you can just click join. Right.
Awesome.
Awesome morning for us here in Singapore is close to 8 a.m. I think. Yeah. And
cool. Well, it's late where I am. Well, not late, but we're getting evening time. So it is almost 6 p.m. here. So
cool. All right.
Marina, were you about to say something really quick?
Yeah. I mean, besides Facebook, how do I actually contact you, like email or something like that?
How do you stay in contact with me?
Yeah. If I want to know more about
CalvinWayman.com or Calvin@CalvinWayman.com is my personal email.
Okay.
So you can contact me there. I'm all over social media. Facebook for sure. If you're on Instagram, for sure. Snapchat for sure. Man, yeah, I would love to stay in touch with you. Would love to support you any way I can. I'm Calvin Wayman everywhere. You can also check out my website, but if you certainly add me on Facebook, then you can stay in touch there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I often just ping Calvin through the messengers.
And I'm always there.
Okay, nice. Thanks a lot.
You're certainly welcome, Marina. You sound like a cool person. I look forward to your journey.
All right, thank you.
All right, yeah, wishing you, hope to see you on the Rebound Stronger Facebook group also. Share with us also there your visions and how we can support you on your visions. Thank you, Calvin, for your time. Awesome discussion.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
so
Marina.
much. Yeah, thank you for hosting.
Shout out to JF, who unfortunately due to of the technical issue cannot join in the Zoom. But I'll send him the link to this record. All right.
Sounds like a plan. Catch you guys later. Peace out.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.